Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going in with just a waterproof, water-based ink pen, and I've time-lapsed this because it's an hour-long video of me sketching mushrooms and dropping in watercolor whilst listening to my book again. So I do a lot of my drawing and sketching either in utter silence or while I'm listening to music or books on the audiobooks, which are, for me, very entertaining. I do a lot of reading, so you'll see my reading journal pop up this month. I need to do my March spread and update the book. It's actually out and on the table to update sometime today. But you'll see my journal spread coming up, and I do all that stuff while I'm listening to my books or listening to music or just without an audience, kind of. I don't consider the camera to be an audience when I'm listening to the book. I actually forget that it's on. But yeah, I'm working in my handmade sketchbook again. I love this sketchbook with all the different dyed papers. It's so fun. Inspired to do. It's the only sketchbook that I really want to work in, so I've actually purposefully had to pull out the ones that I need finished for this year. I actually have one of my half-done sketchbooks on my table right now. I've been collaging in it in my own time just to do my practice and fill up my book. And I do have some new prompt words from the Wonder Habit prompt list that I want to do in this handmade sketchbook that I'm working in right now on the camera. Let's see. I need to do doorway, moss, chamomile, and sparrow. So, probably going to work on those later today just because it's fun. I really enjoy it. And we have this week's prompts out as well, which I'm going to print today so that I can work on them throughout the week. But for this page, this is just me wanting to draw something that I enjoy drawing. I really like drawing mushrooms. It's fun. There's so many different varieties, kinds. There's make-believe, whatever you want to do, really. And I end up really liking this page a lot. Thinking about making it into a postcard and stickers. So let me know if you think this would make a cute postcard. Yeah, just getting in basic shapes and letting the texture of the paper feed through, which is super enjoyable. Sorry if you can hear my daughter sneezing in the background. She's in the bathroom doing her hair for the day. Squeezing in the voiceover while I have a moment. I time-lapse this because it's an hour of me sketching these out, and I honestly don't know what to say for an hour. And it is more fun to watch an ink drawing come together time-lapsed for me. It's just fun to see. But this did take quite a bit of time, just chilling. Putting in a little bit of dark shadow because that mushroom above is overhanging this one. Doing a different kind of bottom on this one. It's got a different top. Maybe it's a baby mushroom that hasn't quite got its curly top yet. I don't know. And just really having fun with the different textures in the book and dragging that pen around, seeing what it will and won't do, and dropping in, going right in with ink for me is super fun. I don't have a chance to second guess what I'm putting down on the page. What you put down is what you put down. You're kind of stuck with it, so you got to roll with it. But I find that there's a little leaf. I'm drawing a little leaf laying on the ground right there. Decided to drop in a little bit of foreground and make it foresty foliage, right? Debris, nondescript debris, leaves here and there, something that you can actually tell what it is. Maybe there's a bit of moss poking through. Definitely at your discretion when it comes to doing this kind of sketch. I could have just left it with the mushrooms floating in air. Maybe they're floating mushrooms, who knows? But yeah, the curly top mushrooms were, I was like, oh, these are super cute. Let's do some of these. And then I just went hog wild. I decided to just make a little family of mushrooms. Maybe the front one is the one on the right. Let's see, the right is the dad, and the one in the middle is the baby, and the one on the left is the mama. The one on the right looks like an old man hat to me, like an old wizard hat. All rumply edges and kind of wonky looking. A little bit of shadowing with the pen. And dropping, just make the marks on the page. Just trust yourself to make the mark on the page. Once you put down a mark, it's down, and you can, I'm responding to the mark that I put down. All right, so if I put this mark here, then this needs to be here. And if I put this here, then there needs to be a shadow there. What kind of textures do I want this mushroom to have? Where's the light coming from is a factor as well. Not always when I'm sketching. I'm not always thinking about that. I do forget to think about the lighting and pick one direction. Sometimes there's a few, but in nature, reflected light, right? Peeking through different areas of the foliage. Maybe it's bouncing off water. Maybe things are dewy and wet. Morning coffee, yum yum. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. I had a lot of fun doing the drawing part, and now, even more fun, I'm gonna drop in some color and hopefully not ruin it, is my thought when I do this. I love the ink drawing, and sometimes when I put in color, I feel like I've taken away from the ink drawing. Like it's a really nice ink drawing. Let's put in some color. And then I put in the color and I end up really not caring for it as much as I did previously. I should start scanning it now that I'm thinking about it. Scan in the ink drawing and then put in the color. That's a good idea. Look at me thinking and stuff. I want these to have a gradient kind of feel to them. I want the bigger ones to have a different colored top. I believe I paint this one all one color. Actually, would have to look at the book. Where's my book? There it is. I'll leave it within easy reach because I love it so. I really want to get the big one. I'm very excited to get the big one for myself for Christmas this year. Let's flip to my page here. There it is. Oh, I put in this is the Beam Paints on the little mushroom. I'm using the salmon color. It's called Wild Salmon. So it goes down on the page looking very pink or red pink. But when it dries, there's a copper kind of mica that shines through and gives a little sparkle. So this page is full of sparkle paint because I really love it. I can't even help myself. And I dropped in I'm dropping in green on the tops of the two tall ones and letting it kind of grade down into the other colors. I used the pink salmon or the wild salmon on the one on the left, and then I used the pumpkin spice, which also has mica in it, on the right hand one. I believe I put a little bit of pumpkin spice on the baby one as well. I can see it peeking through. And I just love how this turned out. The gradient is so nice, and it feels very whimsical and dreamy to me. And I've just had a lot of fun doing this painting. And that's what this sketchbook is about for me. It's creating kind of dreamy, whimsical, pretty pieces of art for me, in my opinion. Also doing my prompts, which can be whatever I want them to be, honestly. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this book. The mica in this paint is super fine and very subtle, so you kind of have to use a good scrubby amount. And I do put a little bit in the leaves as well. Not a lot, just a bit. I go in with some of the ochre or the harvest color, and I'm using club brown, and then just a touch of the wet grizzly, which has fine mica in it. And then I go in with a touch of the Mars Violet, which has a tint of red. The Mars Violet is more of a super deep brown magenta color. It's very pretty and earthy. Yeah. So I just really love it. And I'm thinking, well, these are crumpled leaves and debris on the ground underneath my mushrooms, and I want it to read that way. And now I'm going in with my bleed proof white. If you don't have Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white in your stash, and you're not a purist as far as watercolors and like that are concerned, this is a super handy tool for bringing back all your whites, for making bright whites. You can also tint it if you want to. You can mix it with color. And that's what I'm using here to make all the little dots on the mushrooms pop. Because the paper is, this particular one is kind of a yellowy brown color, that cream. And I wanted my spots on my mushrooms to be pretty vibrant white. The edge of the hat is pretty white. And then I went ahead and put some on the stalks as well. And I didn't let the ink dry all the way on the page, so the ink kind of did bleed in a little bit on the bleed proof white on the stalks and turn it a little bit gray, which I actually really liked how that looks. A little bit of shadowing without me thinking about it and doing the work. It just kind of happened. And little speckles and sparkles, and just enjoying the process of painting, of creating. This is the fun part for me, the playing with all of my supplies and getting them down on the paper and seeing what happens. Mixed media is my favorite. I like the freedom of doing an ink drawing and splashing in watercolor, and then color pencil or Dr. P.H. Martin's ink or whatever on top of that, and or the gel sticks. Those are fun to put on top as well. What else do I like to do? I go the other way, drop watercolor on the page, and then do a drawing on top of that, which I do a lot. It's a favorite creative process of mine, is to drop color on the page and see where it goes, and then pull out a drawing from it, or to do an ink drawing and then drop watercolor in. Sometime haphazardly, just wet the page and throw the color down on top of the ink drawing just to see what happens. And then I thought a little bit of splatter would be nice to kind of, if you don't like splatter, if it's not your thing, don't do it. I mean, not everybody likes the splatter effect. I feel like it gives a little bit of whimsical background. I was shooting for, like, maybe there's a flower back there, a big bushy purple flower. You can't quite tell what it is. And I got super carried away with the purple, thinking maybe I need to darken the background a little bit so that the mushrooms pop off the page more. Immediately changed my mind, didn't like it at all. So I'm getting those whites back on the edge of the mushroom that I feel like kind of disappeared a little bit. Um, and I did splatter in a little bit of green, and I just feel like it uh, lends a little grittiness and earthiness to the piece. I still didn't like that purple, how dark it was. I should have left it alone. I liked it how it was when I started the piece, and yeah, now I'm just like second guessing the dropping in that dark purple. It is lifting up a bit, but not as much as I would like. Something to note about the paper, right? Always learn something. And now that my white is in, I'm feeling like I lost my ink drawing a little bit. I'm going to go back in and pop in some shadows and bring that ink drawing back a bit, make it more vibrant. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going in and just quickly getting little shadows in around the little bumped up white spots on the mushroom. I don't know what they're called. I don't know the anatomy of a mushroom. Anybody knows? Drop it in the comments below. Yeah, do you guys like this drawing? Is it fun? I think it's super fun and whimsical, and would make a cute sticker and a cute little postcard print. Yeah, it's super satisfying to watch, isn't it? It's just, I love to watch other people draw with an ink pen and just put that idea down. It looks so effortless, and it's not. It takes time and um, a little bit of forethought and some energy, especially if you're doing like a big city scene or something like that. But yeah, I really enjoy using my ink pens, and I have enough. I have a lot of them from art boxes and whatnot throughout the years, so I might as well use them. Get them out, and use them up. I've actually had I went through and used up 2 last week. And there we have it, all done. I am trying to remember to sign the page and date it so that I know when I did it. And here's a little close up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.